Und damit ein herzliches Willkommen und hallo zu weiter Part Let's Play Fake Order. Ich bin der Simafix. Beim letzten Mal sind wir hier direkt unter den Schrein der Donau gewandert. Unser Ziel ist es ja nun hier den finalen Gott Zeus hier noch zu stoppen. Und dafür haben wir Hilfe in der Form von Hephaistos, der hier mit niemand anderem als oh, Leute. Also Hephaistos ist ein Spielergott, der eben verschmolzen ist mit Prometheus. So, ich hab gerade irgendwie einen Denkfehler gehabt. Und zusammen besprechen wir jetzt unsere nächste Vorgehensweise. Doch, so wie es aussieht, unser glücklicher Case hier gerade wieder darüber geredet hat, wie sie alles in jeder abschlachtet, wurde hier von jemandem unterbrochen. Ich bin mir sicher, es ist der Verräter und ich bin mir sicher, es ist Beryl. If you need a quick meal to fix yourself up, you can take mine. Oh, and what's your spear of yours? You could poke somebody's eye out of that thing if you ain't careful. You touched my spear, didn't you? What the hell are you, an assassin? No, that's not right. Who's that? And how did they sneak up on Canis like that? I don't sense any bloodlust or hostile intent, but something about this guy feels so familiar. Did someone sneak up behind Canis? Yes, Senpai, but I'm positive there wasn't anyone else here up until a moment ago. What is this feeling? However, this guy is, he's now a heroic spirit. What the hell are you? Okay, heroic spirit ist doch nicht Beryl. Oh! Der finale Disciple des Foreign Gods. Senji Muramasa. Me? This here's the god of the forge workshop, cause you're gonna need a smithy to work it. Fact is, I was just in the middle of casting something for that old pile of scrap, as you put it. So, where are you? A customer? If you are, then you ought to know to mind your manners. I don't do business unless I hear a please and thank you. In the meantime, why don't you put that big stick of yours away? It ain't a bad piece of work. No sense in wasting it on some old geezer like me. I know you. You're Senji Muramasa. Oh my, now that's quite a big name. I wouldn't say Jesus fits by any means either. Wait, Pepe, I've seen him before. That's Senji Muramasa, an alter ego. He's a rock spirit who helped Senpai back in Shimosa now. He's one of the foreign gods' disciples. Senji Muramasa, Phew. Hey. Maybe this is my payback for spending my whole life in the forge. Sure, I always had faith in the Tsumurakari, but that alone don't explain how I ended up an alter ego. Now I'm a glorified errand boy for something called the Foreign God, and if that weren't bad enough, it's made me an enemy of goddamn humanity itself. If it weren't so damn tragic, it'd almost be funny. Well, at least I got to meet a true god of the forge out of this deal. Though my excitement sure trapped off when he turned out to be an half-fossil gizmo. Hell, he's no more like an old man who's just been around both as long as most gods. You know, there's something really sad about an already old man calling you an old man. Those smithing skills, you just have to come with your full mouth. I know, didn't mean anything bad. How about I give that bald head of yours a good polish and make it up? I'm not bored! He seems to be, nicht feindlich unbedingt. He's definitely not like any of the other foreign god disciples. Yeah. So, you're one of the foreign god alter ego disciples, huh? The Musamara I know used to complain about materializing as a saber. So I guess you made up for it by being an alter ego this time. You get around for an old guy. So, what are you actually doing here? Is it just coincidence we ran into you? Or is it maybe more than that? You're here lying in wait to take care of Chaldea for getting in the foreign god's way or something? You know, that's a good question. I want to honor my mentor's request, but I also can't ignore my duties of the disciple of the foreign god. So, do I settle things now, or should I be on my way? What do you think, Chrome Dome? Chrome Dome? So, Muramasa, my very last apprentice, and Chaldea, the ones who carry on proper human history self hopes. Share a bond even I couldn't predict. As the god of knowledge, I find this fascinating. But it seems it has the Chaldeans on edge. Not that I can blame them, given they're up against another god. Right, plus that these fellows said I gotta cut them in two and serve them up in the offering if I came across them. Artega Senji Muramasa. No matter what he says about not lying and wait for us, he's still the foreign god's disciple, which makes him our enemy. I should probably think of him as a whole other Senji Muramasa with a different spirit origin altogether from the one I knew, but... Hey you! Tough looking swordswoman. You recognize this face or something? Don't tell me you knew this body's origin order. Nah, not probably ain't it. I'm guessing you just met me during a past materialization or something. Well, whatever, went on with that. I ain't got a single memory of it. Still, I gotta thank her all the same. You must really like me, seeing how you're keeping your hands off your swords even under these circumstances. Haha, I would have thought a Neil like you'd go easy on an enemy standing right in front of you. Huh? Huh? Isn't he our enemy? Did the hell he just say? I believe he said, thank you. Foo? So, you're not our enemy after all? Nope, at least not for now, but I ain't to her later, so don't get getting those lines mixed up. Fast we canis. The hell? What's going on here? No fighting, no killing? The hell do you get us saying that kind of shit after you already picked a fight? Me? I didn't pick no fight. I just want you to take good care of that weapon of yours. There's your deal anyway. The kid was all that hot, and you're in with Maxie and that samurai chick. Forget it. I don't know. I don't care, and I'm bored. Wake me up when things get interesting again. I too know nothing of this man so whatsoever. True, I've never met a rock spirit by his name before either. He's definitely not like the other alter egos though. Foo. You think I give a shit if you lot agree with me or not? I'm turning into my spirit form and going to sleep. Das ist eine gute Devise. Kein Bock mehr, einfach schlafen legen. Senji Muramasa, alter ego. I hear your name back in Atlantis. But I never would have guessed you'd remain neutral. Another fascinating phenomenon. If an open discussion is on the table, Mr. Muramasa, there are a few things I would like to confirm with you. For example, can we assume you won't be sharing your knowledge of our arrival here with the other alter egos? Then I tell you, at this moment I'm just another smithy. I can't be bothered to worry about anything else till I'm done with the job I signed on to. I see. Well, we greatly appreciate it. Hold up! Hey you, the one hiding in the shadows. Who might you be? I can tell you aren't even trying to raise your presence, so why don't you come out here and say hi already? Hoot! Das ist die Minerva-Eule. A mechanical oil. And it's the same model Kadoc has with him. That must also be a device that was used to set off our voice spell. But it would seem that its master today is neither Kadoc nor Peperoncino, as its bearer. Nee, Europa? Yes, that's right. That sacred oil has been entrusted to me. Good day, Chaldeans, and member of the God Destroyer Alliance. I believe this is our second time meeting in person. I'm Europa. I'm Shrine Maiden and Queen Theseus, ruler of this interstellar mountain city of Olympus, and the God Destroyer Alliance collaborator. Was? Ich hätte so drauf wetten können, dass es Beryl ist, Mann. Europa ist unser Kontakt, nicht Mann, sondern Kontaktfrau? Aber wieso? Und wieso kriegt die ganze Zeit diese scheiß Rector-Kurs? In Gottes Namen, wieso hat sie sich gegen Zeus gestellt? Gleich weitermachen. Das muss ich nicht verstehen, aber vielleicht erfahren wir in Sektion 16, so as to be equals in due course, Part 3, die Antwort darauf. Irgendwann haben wir inzwischen mehr Verbündete als Feinde. So kann sie das. Hut! Fufu! Hut! Fufu! Oh, zwei haben sich gefunden. It's nice to see you getting along so well with me, Neverfu. It is the first bird friend you've ever made. Okay. Just try not to jump on her too much. Hut! Fu? So, the mechanical eye is a terminal for Athena, huh? And he thought it was some kind of weapon or something. I mean, it was that owl who made that sound that let us escape from the gods that one time, right? Yes, you could say it was our weapon. Huh? It's part of the authority Athena left behind. At this point, it is simply a terminal with no knowledge of its godly nature. But it was still able to interfere with the god-made ley line by synchronizing with Prometheus Hephaestus. Now that you mention it, there's something about it all that reminds me of Paris, Apollo's terminal, in the one that helped us in Atlantis. Maybe there's something the coexistent faction gods terminals have in common. They're definitely both very cute. Yes, I think so too. Now then, Chaldeans, God Destroyer Alliance members. I must apologize for keeping my identity secret all this time. Even though we have to put our fates in each other's hands, I regret that I did not even show my face until now. And if that weren't bad enough, I even put your lives in danger the last time we met. Please pay it no mind. Now that we know you were actually something of a spy, we cannot blame you for trying to maintain your cover. If anything, I must applaud you for managing to do so in the face of an omnipotent god. We wouldn't be alive now if it weren't for that all. So if anything, I'm grateful to you. Me too. Back when we first came to face with the gods, I don't think we could have survived if that owl hadn't intervened. Oh yeah, they would have chewed us up like soggy udon, so you definitely saved us. It's alright, Lady Europa. Please hold your head high. Yeah, the alliance would have fallen apart some time ago if you hadn't helped us. Don't worry, we know you're not like Zeus, and we don't hold a grudge against you. Thank you, everyone. It may not be my place to say anything, since I didn't experience the tragedy of the Olympia Magia for myself. But even despite that, I could not bear to simply remain on the sidelines any longer. Hoot! Thank you, Minerva. I'm Europa, a rock spirit of proper human history. Though the Lord Zeus of this Lostbelt may care for me, he is not the Lord Zeus I knew from proper human history. He rejected his duty to entrust the fate of this world to humanity, and decided to rule everything himself. I find this to be a clear sign that he thinks humans weak and incapable of fending for themselves. Gab's hier dann eigentlich auch eine Lostbelt Europa? As you surely know, Lady Europa, all of Europe is said to be named after that. In proper humanity, Zeus fell in love with you and chose you to serve as queen. You eventually went on to give birth to the founding kings of many other dynasties. I suspect that, as the progenitor to all of Europe, you feel a duty to watch over humanity, and that you still feel strongly connected to them. No doubt that is why you had no choice but to defy nature itself. Humanity, proper human history. Truth be told, I'm not entirely sure myself. The fact is, I love all people, not only these from the proper human history, but from this Lostbelt as well. Even if there is no Europa to be found in this Lostbelt. I still love Adele and Macaris and every other Olympian as though they were my own children. Lady Europa. And that is why I cannot accept Zeus' decision. I cannot let him continue to keep my children close at hand without ever giving them a chance to grow. I can understand the urge to keep children young and innocent, for that is a dream many parents have at times. But to actually do so, you actually keep them stilled and suspended for a span of 10,000 years. Is something I cannot and will not tolerate it. Not even if that is what Zeus himself has decided is best. Lady Demeter once expressed this belief as well in response. Zeus recapitulated her divine core, causing Gut to go mad. Do you mean to say Zeus has made modification to the other gods then? Yes, he has. It was Zeus burning Lady Aphrodite that made her forget how to love and caused her to lose one of her two sides. It is said there were 4 gods who stood by Zeus during the Olympia Magia. But the reality could not be farther from the truth. The truth is, none of the other gods stood with Zeus. So he killed 5 of them and brought the remaining 5 over to his side with sheer force. Aber Leute, ihr müsst euch einfach mal vorstellen, wie krass mächtig ist dann Zeus. Wenn er halt nicht einfach die Götter, also wenn es halt nicht 5 gegen 5 Götter sind, sondern dass Zeus im Alleingang einfach 9 Götter bezwungen hat. The remaining 5. Hold on, please. The gods who survived the 4th Magia were Artemis, Poseidon, Demeter, Aphrodite. And me, Hephaestus, though my Zeus chose not to destroy me completely, but kept my brain alive in order to help run Olympus more efficiently. Though of course for my part I've been synced up with Prometheus and cutting off Zeus' supervision network. And together he and I became the Alliance collaborators. So we're talking about a god who controls people and other gods, huh? Yikes. I hope you can forgive me for speaking so plainly in front of you, Your Majesty. Of course, frankly, I have felt the same way for a long time. Not Zeus was so loving in proper ministry, but... he and his Lostbelt. He chose to become something truly frightening. No one can reason with him. Not me, not Lady Hera. Lady Europa. It is still too soon to weep tears of sorrow, great Mother Europa. Now that we all are here together at last, we shall be the one who finally slay him. So please, dry your tears, O loving Europa, for our God-Destroyer Alliance is now joined by Chaldea, and your tears will be much sweeter when they are tears of victory. Please don't cry, Europa. Caligula is right, it's still too soon to cry. Thank you, Caligula. Thank you, Maxi. You're right. You're so right. There will be plenty of time for tears later. I'm here now to lend you my aid. Prometheus Hephaestus, I now offer you all the magical energy I have saved up over this and many years. Use it to complete the Grand Summon article. And one more thing. Shape Maiden of Chaldea, Mesh Kirillite. Yes? I have a present for you. Oh, but it's not from me. No, this is a parting gift from the goddess Athena. Ortinox Upgrade. Ortinox Upgrade. Okay, liebe Leute, immer mehr Verbündete, immer weniger Feinde. So habe ich mir das eigentlich schon eher vorgestellt. Und langsam wächst unsere Armee. Aber trotzdem, eigentlich macht mir das immer noch mehr Angst, wie mächtig Zeus ist. Okidoki, I'm gonna head on back now. I'd love to stay for dinner, but I'm afraid I have to take a rain check. Too many praying eyes can keen users in the Great Orbital Shrine are running where little old me might be after all. Fufu. Oh, you're going to miss me, Fufu? Fun. Well, you're no fun, but I wouldn't have you any other way. Oh, Queen Europe, I'll let you know if there's any news from over there, so you just take your time. In fact, I probably just raised suspicion if we went back together. Oh, and I'm gonna leave Minerva here, so use her to warp out of here in case you're von emergency, okay? Alright then, ta-ta-ta for now, see you later, Messi. Der ist viel zu entspannt dafür, dass er ein Feind der Menschheit ist. It's a shame that Pepe won't be here to join us. But, if you like, I'd be happy to cook dinner for all of you tonight. I'm sure you must be starving. You cook for us? Fu? That's so motherly. Ich glaube, sie fordert gerade Reiko heraus. I see. Well, we definitely can't do anything on an empty stomach, so I'm all in favor of having a bit to eat. That said, Lady Ripper, having you personally cook for us feels like it'd be kind of wrong somehow. Oh, wait. Were you just joking? Is there some kind of Greek of humor? Huh? Oh, no, I promise you it was no jest. I truly meant it. I may not know any cooking spells, but I'm fused with Lady Hera now. And while Lady Hera may not quite have been as skilled as a cook as Lady Hestia, the goddess of the earth, she was still the goddess of the home. So if nothing else, I can certainly make sure that every dish will be brimming with divine protection. I see. Then we help you cook. What she said. Right. Are you sure it's okay for us to join you, Queen Europa? Of course. I'm sure there will be enough food to go around. Isn't it right, Prometheus Hephaestus? Oh, sure. I've had an apprentice staying here in over a year now, so there should be more than enough for everyone. Do you mean Mr. Muramasa? That's right. Even though he's a rock spit, he's still in the habit of eating meat regularly. When he's not smithing, he's usually making some dish or other from place called the Far East. He's been using my workshop's small garden to grow soybeans and rice. And as of late, he's also been making miso and sake. Oh my, that sounds perfect for Japanese cuisine. I've never had Japanese food before. Would you please tell me how to make it, Muramasa? Well, sure. I can walk you through it while I'm making my own meal. But didn't you say we're gonna to do cooking tonight? Might as well join you. I can show you how to cook rice and miso soup anytime. Great, I'm going to hold you to that. Sure thing. You're right different sort when you're not around Zeus. It's really throwing me off. Foo-foo. What is it? You that hungry? Foo! Is something wrong, Adele? Oh no, I was just a little lost in thought. Sie war nur traurig, dass Fuß sich nicht auf sie stützt. I can't quite believe that Queen Europa herself was our collaborator and that she's going to cook for us. Up until today, I've never would have even imagined such a thing. You know, it's strange. I know this might sound odd, but ever since you all came here, I've been remembering what it's like to enjoy myself. Only remembering? Yes, this just like it was 10,000 years ago. Back when, we never knew what might happen, and each day wasn't yet a fortunate conclusion. Back when today was different from yesterday, and you knew tomorrow would be different from today. You're right, sister. I never thought the day would come when you will actually get to slay the gods, and I never thought I'd see you standing in the kitchen happily cooking away again either. And it's all thanks to you guys. Thank you, Mesh. Thank you, Maxi. I'm so glad. I'm so glad we rescued you. I don't know what we would have done without you two. Oh. Are you all done talking? Then I'd like everyone who's willing to help to come with me, please. Right. Coming, Macarius? Yeah, okay, I'll help too. Wonderful, I'm thrilled to see you are such helpful children. Now let's go make something scrumptious. Now then. While the others are busy preparing dinner, I would like to check my notes on this Lostbelt against your database. Assuming that is alright with you, of course, Prometheus Hephaestus. Me? Well, since I've been tasked by our apprentice with supervising construction of the article, I guess I've got time to spare. Though my mental resources are sufficient for multitasking, I can answer your question without showing production. The Grand Summoner thing should be ready by tomorrow morning, no problem. So, Sage of Popular Human History, what did you want to ask me? I see. Yes, your theory about the continent of Atlantis is correct, as your understanding of each Magia. Then I suspect that you and the other gods were originally supposed to lose your true mechanical bodies during the second Magia. Exactly. About 10,000 years ago, when we thought the Right Rune descended from the sky. It was apparently supposed to wipe out the entire Peperoncino civilization, gods and human alike, at least in proper human history. But we defeated it, and in doing so managed to keep our Lefia, our mechanical god bodies as you call them. Just a moment, did you say prehistoric civilization? I sure did. Then that must be the lost civilization of Atlantis that disappeared during the second Loicus Magia. It is indeed. Oh no, this is a huge discovery. Then you put us was right, Holmes. So the mystical continent of Atlantis really did exist. I see. So it was destroyed in the second Magia, not sunk by the wrath of the gods as Plato would have fit. My data on the Great Flood all come from proper human history, not this Lostbelt. I hear there were 2 floods in total, but I don't know any of the details. You have to ask our proper human history counterparts about these. Assuming you ever get the chance to meet them in your future travels, of course. Understood. While the changes of summoning a demi-root level divine spirit are slim, I will hope for the best. You know, all this talk about the second Magier really takes me back. That was one of the fiercest battles I've ever fought. The white rune that came from the space was ruthless in its quest to destroying everything. The invader was called Sephar, or perhaps Sephar. Oh, Leute! So geil. Sephar natürlich. Es ist auch das, was ich die ganze Zeit... Ich glaube, ich habe schon mal erwähnt. Sephar ist natürlich die Wadeform von Altera, die damals entsandt worden ist vom Welber, um die Erde auszulöschen, die er dann schließlich auch dann die Götter bezwungen hat und dann vernichtend geschlagen worden ist, halb tot war und dann eben in den menschlichen Körper gegangen ist, um sich zu erholen und dann schließlich zu Attila, der 100 wurde. Deswegen ist ja auch ihre Waffe das Schwert des Marses, also das Schwert von Ares. From space. Was it anything like the foreign god, perhaps? Not at all. The foreign god's trees of emptiness are so compromised of the structure we can understand. But the white rune structure was far beyond the compass of any other intelligence on this planet. But it has nothing to do with Chaldea endeavors, so there's no reason for you to trouble yourself about it. It came from here for the sole purpose of destroying us and this world's prehistoric civilization. There was no life form on Earth that could stand up to it. We gods only managed to survive because Zeus succeeded at becoming an omnipotent composite god right at the last moment. Composite god? Fu? Yes, a combination of other gods. Did you not already know that? We mechanical gods are possessed the ability to combine with one another, or we did anyway. In fact, we originally all used to be a single being named Chaos. Incidentally, our survival and combat capabilities tend to improve the closer we get to our primordial chaos roots. As evidence, the previous generation of Titan-class warships were even sturdier than we are. But Zeus is in class of his own. He is the omnipotent supreme being, the demi-root who wields the thunderbolts. He defeated the Titans, stole the holy vessel Kronos' crown, the mark of their flagship, and ties our entire pantheon together. And even managed to liberate the white rune. Yes, the only reason the 12 Olympians were able to defeat the white rune is because Zeus severed as the core piece to our fusion. So what are you saying is... Phew. Zeus is really damn strong. Indeed, if nothing else, I can tell you that this is Lostbelt. He has a wielded power capable of obliterating an enemy from beyond this very planet. Even he should happen to lose all the other composite gods. He is still the greatest, most powerful god of all. Und mit dem legen wir uns an. Tja! Könnte schwer werden. Könnte sehr schwer werden. Aber lassen wir uns davon runterkriegen? Natürlich nicht. Ladies and Gentlemen, beim nächsten Mal geht's weiter mit Fact und Order und wir hauen dann wieder raus. Und da wir schon mal eine schöne Belohnung hier wieder sehen in der Form von diesen Spirit Drops, sind wir doppelt so froh. Also, dann bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein und vielen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Ciao.